Hi there, Gemini. Welcome to your June 2016 tarot reading. It's Raina here, and I am shuffling the cards. Can you hear me? Da 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 da. But you don't want to see this. This isn't pretty. Okay. So let me just lay them out. Da, da, da. I even do some intra shuffling as I'm laying out these cards because that's how I roll. Okay, so for the heart of the matter, we get, in June, we get the Ace of Pentacles. So, now, this could be somebody who's an earth sign, who is featured in your love life. This could be a Taurus, a Virgo, or a Capricorn. Out of the three, I would say a Virgo is the most likely scenario. But that's just me. And let me just do the middle card, because that usually gives me a better feel for things. I got the Four of Cups for the recent past. So, leading up until the month of June, you may have been going through a period of dissatisfaction with what has been happening to you. Again, I have to stress that these readings are general. You know, how many Gemini individuals reside on planet Earth? Obviously, it's not going to hone in on the individual energies of every Gemini. So the readings are intended for people who are single and looking, or people who are in long-term relationships that are not satisfactory. So that's why the Four of Cups showing dissatisfaction is pertinent to those people who have been in relationships over and over again where something just isn't clicking. This is more of a feeling of just blah, meh type of an energy. In the card, the cloud, or that represents the heavenly thing, let me put this again, is offering a cup, and the person is not interested, is not feeling it. And this can, you know, indicate somebody who really is not having an attitude of gratitude, though. It's not necessarily like the person has a right to be in that state of mind. They may have gotten into a bad habit of it. But it can indicate that things are just at this point where you're bored, you know, you're just not into whatever has been happening. If it is with an earth sign, and, you know, this can happen with any earth sign, but I think that particularly with either a Gemini, I had very little sleep last night, so I'm kind of spaced. I think that if, you know, the other person is a Taurus or a Capricorn, this would especially apply, because a Virgo person could keep you on your toes to some degree. But yeah, those other two earth signs may be kind of dull, and there may be something about it that still keeps you. Maybe you have a physical attraction to that person, but just the emotional part is not, or even the intellectual part is just not there for you. The stimulation is not there. This could also relate to perhaps you being in an affair in general. You know, it might not just be with an earth sign, but the pentacles can relate to the body, and sometimes they can relate to just the physical side of things. So maybe you were bored in your marriage and you went outside of your marriage. Well, the higher perspective is the Justice card. So if that happened, then, you know, what do they say? Karma is a female dog. or if the other person did it. You know, who knows? Maybe the middle card is somebody who wasn't into you, and that's always possible as well. Now, it could be that you are having a fling with an earth sign, and you were with a water sign. You were with either a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces individual. I was looking at it from the dissatisfaction, but maybe it's an actual water sign individual. But the Justice card does indicate that there's cause and effect in the universe. Whoever did what, if there is some kind of infidelity, that there are, you know, karma just means action. And so when you take action, other things kind of come out of that. And it's nothing, you know, with this big, you know, judge in the sky who's like raining down on anybody and telling you you're a bad person. It's just that everything has consequences. This could literally be talking about divorce, though. This could be talking about you and a partner, either one of you feeling dissatisfaction, and now you have divorced, and maybe the Ace of Pentacles is the divorce settlement, and now, you know, you're able to kind of move on and you can support yourself. The energy that's kind of beneath the surface that could be crossing you, could be just influencing you subtly, is the Nine of Pentacles. This could relate to a person who may be, like, if you were the victim of infidelity in your relationship and you never did find out about that other person, perhaps they were, that person was an earth sign. And if you were with a water sign individual, maybe that person cheated on you with an earth sign because they felt a greater affinity for that person. And that's always a possibility, because, you know, earth and water tend to get along much better overall. Obviously, I'm generalizing, but, you know, just in general, that seems to be the case. If you're single, this card can indicate that you may, and I'm just going to say for women specifically, because this card does depict a woman in the picture. That's what depict means. That you may have an unconscious belief that you have to take care of yourself, but you have it to such a degree that you're a little bit too independent, in the sense that you don't seem really available for a relationship in that sense. And maybe you even do things unconsciously that keep you from having a partner. Like, in other words, maybe you intimidate the other person so that they don't feel like they can match up, or that, you know, that you would even be interested in them. Maybe they think you're too successful. You know, the Nine of Pentacles can indicate a financially secure person. Maybe if you're dealing with a man, he might feel like he makes less than you, so he's inferior, and, you know, that could come into your situations as well. So it's all about, you know, how do you carry yourself? How do you present yourself to other people? Do you know, show yourself as somebody who really is interested in a relationship, or do you send out mixed messages because a part of you wants to retain your independence? The card that, or the energy that kind of helps you at this point, is the Two of Pentacles. And I just knocked the camera. The Two of Pentacles can relate to somebody who's juggling their finances, or has two jobs and things like that. So if that's the case, and if you're kind of having this hectic life right now, it can benefit you from many different points. One thing that it can do is it can create a scenario where you are, in different places all the time. You know, if let's say you're cobbling together different sources of income, well, it puts you out there so that you're able to meet people on the job. But for other people, it may just mean that you're too busy to work, to have a love life right now, and that's okay. You don't have to do it right now. Maybe this is a good distraction for you. And it can also indicate travel sometimes, and it may be moving, you know, relocating, that brings you into the area where you're destined to meet the love of your life. You never know. The advice is the Six of Cups, and this is about reflecting back to childhood, or to just at least the past. Maybe it is about pursuing somebody from the past. Maybe there's the one that got away. Maybe it's your high school sweetheart, and maybe they are unattached. Maybe you've always carried a torch for a certain person, and a lot of years have gone by and you've wondered about that person. With these retrograding planets, I feel like the past is really kind of coming back to us. I've been having all these like old memories kind of flood in, and yes, we have Mercury retrograde, but we have these other retrograding planets as well, and I just feel like it's the combination of all of them that is creating this deep reflection. And in doing so, you can pinpoint exactly what it is that you're looking for in love, and it helps you to be a little bit more selective in the future, choosy, because you realize what the end game is, what it is that you want out of a partner, and it's not this sense of just picking whatever's out there. You know, the Six of Cups relates to an idyllic time, and usually childhood kind of symbolizes that, when we don't have worries and when life is uncomplicated. Well, for some reason we think that when we get to be a certain age we have to have a complicated life, and that's absurd. And there's actually a movement to simplify one's life, and that, I feel, is really where it's at, because it cuts away all the meaningless stuff and just gives us a life of meaning, you know, of what matters. And in relationships, so much drama can be avoided when we are with the right person. When you're not with the right person, then you're trying to convince the other person that your way of living is the right way, and they have their own views too, you know. So it's better just to be on the same page with somebody and kind of be aligned in that sense. And reflecting on past relationships can help to understand what you want in future relationships. The outcome is the Magician, which this is one of my favorite cards. The first card in the Major Arcana, the card that is about conscious co-creating, taking charge. It's the #1 card, and so ones indicate a sense of personal power, you know, and really not seeing life as happening to you, seeing yourself as able to make things happen on your own. And this includes things in the realm of love relationships. Just having a very clear idea of what you're looking for can be helpful in attracting what you would like, you know. And yeah, I think you're going to find, Gemini, that there's a lot of good energy for you in June. Of course, June is your birthday month. The first 3 weeks, you know, the sun is in your sign, so you've got this sense of vitality, and this gives you, and I think you know, the Magician card when you have that new moon on June 4th, really harness that energy and visualize what you want. Write it down and see if you cannot achieve it in the coming year. And this includes what you want in your relationships. So, I hope you enjoyed this, Gemini, and if you'd like a private reading, please click on the link below. Otherwise, have a wonderful